Welcome! In this video, we'll dive deep into the comprehension passage, helping you not only to understand the context but also to visualize what's happening. Read along with me to understand and comprehend the passage thoroughly, including the meanings of difficult terms, and this is the very essence of mastering comprehension. Comprehensions are not merely tasks for exam preparation. They offer a wealth of information on topics you might otherwise never explore. They provide intriguing extracts from books, biographies, stories, and more, which can inspire you to delve deeper into these subjects. Additionally, they enhance your understanding of the English language, its nuances, and expand your vocabulary. I hope that next time you approach a comprehension, you'll appreciate these broader benefits and tackle it with renewed enthusiasm. Comprehensions also enhance critical thinking by encouraging readers to interpret and analyze content, fostering analytical skills. They also broaden cultural awareness by exposing readers to diverse perspectives and contexts. The skills gained from comprehensions, such as improved communication and informed decision-making, are highly applicable in real-life scenarios. This is part of a story about a 5-year-old colored boy growing up in South Africa in the 1920s. The children in the story lived in special sections locations in the towns, set apart from whites, and were expected to address whites as superiors BAAs. The veld refers to open land.
Wednesday was crackling day. On that day, the children of the location made the long trek to Ellsberg siding for the pieces of cow livers that passed for our daily meat. I finished my breakfast and washed up. Aunt Liza was at her washtub in the yard. A misty, sickly sun was just showing. And on the open veldt the frost lay thick and white on the grass. "Ready?" Aunt Liza called. I went out to her. She shook the soapsuds off her swollen hands and wiped them on her apron. She lifted the apron and put her hand through the slits of the many thin cotton dresses she wore. The dress nearest the skin was the one with the pocket. From this she pulled a 6-penny piece. She tied it in a knot in the corner of a bit of colored cloth. "Take care of that. Take the smaller piece of bread in the bin, but don't eat it till you start back. You can have a small piece of crackling with it. Only a small piece, understand?" My friend Andries came trotting out of the yard. His mother's voice followed, desperate and plaintive, "I'll skin you if you lose the money." I glimpsed the dark, skinny woman at her washtub as we trotted across the veldt. Behind, and in front of us, other children trotted in 2s and 3s. There was a sharp bite to the morning air I sucked in. It stung my nose so that tears came to my eyes. It went down my throat like an icy draft. My nose ran. I tried breathing through my mouth, but this was worse. The cold went through my shirt and shorts, my skin went pimply and chilled, my fingers went numb and began to ache, my feet felt like frozen lumps that did not belong to me, yet jarred and hurt each time I put them down. I began to feel sick and desperate. We went faster. We passed 2 children, sobbing and moaning as they ran. We were all in the same desperate situation. We were creatures haunted and hounded by the cold. It was a cruel enemy who gave no quarter. And our means of fighting it were pitifully inadequate. In all the mornings and evenings of the winter months, young and old, big and small, were helpless victims of the bitter cold. For us, the children, the cold, especially the morning cold, assumed an awful and malevolent personality. We talked of it. It was a half-human monster with evil thoughts, evil intentions, bent on destroying us. It was happiest when we were most miserable. Andries had told me how it had, last winter, caught and killed a boy. Hunger was an enemy too, but one with whom we could come to terms, who had many virtues and values. Hunger gave our crackling a feast-like quality. We could, when it was not with us, think and talk kindly about it. Its memory could even give moments of laughter, but the cold of winter was with us all the time. It never really eased up. There were only more bearable degrees of it at high noon and on mild days. It was the real enemy. And on this Wednesday morning, as we ran across the veldt, winter was more bitterly, bitingly, freezingly real than ever. Eventually, we reached the farm, and turned to the distant shed where the queue had already formed. The line moved slowly. The young white man who served us did it in leisurely fashion, with long pauses for a smoke. Occasionally he turned his back. At last, after what seemed hours, my turn came. Andries was behind me. I took the sixpenny piece from the square of cloth and offered it to the man. "Well?" he asked. "Sixpence crackling, please." Andries nudged me in the back. The man's stare suddenly became cold and hard. Andries whispered in my ear. "Well?" the man repeated coldly. "Please Bass," I said. "What d'you want?" "Sixpence crackling, please." "What?" Andries dug me in the ribs. "Sixpence crackling, please Bass." "What?" "Sixpence crackling, please Bass." "You new here?" "Yes, Bass." I looked at his feet while he stared at me. At last he took the sixpenny piece from me. I held my bag open while he filled it with crackling from a huge pile on a canvas sheet on the ground. Turning away, I stole a fleeting glance at his face. His eyes met mine, and there was amused, challenging mockery in them. I waited for Andries at the back of the queue, out of reach of the white man's mocking eyes.